Okay, what's going on, everybody? We're here. We are live. I want to thank you all for joining me today. If you can see and hear me clearly, please drop a one in the live chat, and then we can get today's stream started. And also, I'll say this too for those of you who are in the stream now. Well, you know what? I'll say it in a little bit. I guess I'll say it in a little bit. But as I'm waiting for the ones to come in, right? As I'm waiting for the ones to come in, if you haven't already, please do me a favor and make sure you hit the like button. That is extremely important because that is the most important thing you can do for me on this channel. What it does is that it helps to make sure that those who are subscribed to the channel will indeed get the notifications, and it also helps to push this video through the YouTube algorithm. Secondly, if you are new to the channel, or maybe you've been ghost watching for quite some time now, please do me a favor and yourself a favor by subscribing to the channel and hitting the bell notification next to the subscribe button so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. And lastly, please make sure you share this video out on your social media platforms as well to inform your family and friends of this news and information, and to let everybody know that I'm live right now. And that also helps give me a little boost in the YouTube algorithm as well. And with the introductions out of the way, we can now get into today's live stream. So Biden is back at it again. Biden is back at it again, being exactly who he is. He's being exactly who he is. I always find it funny. I find it humorous, and I find it very interesting that whenever you share the type of information that I share with people on this channel, particularly to other, Black American men and women, right? Concerning the history of the Democrats with Black Americans, benign neglect, how you vote them into office, they don't do anything for you, yada, yada, yada. Even when you get into the whole illegal immigration, argument, right? And you tried to explain, or at least I tried to explain, the degree to which illegal immigration has a negative impact on the Black community, so on and so forth. What people always tend to come around with, those who are vote blue no matter who's, they'll come back around and they'll tell you about like how Donald Trump is racist, right? Donald Trump is a racist. Donald Trump doesn't like Black people, so on and so forth. As if you can't say the same thing tenfold about Joe Biden. When you're talking about the lesser of two evils, because many people in 2020, they voted on that scale, right, of the lesser of two evils. When it came to the lesser of two evils, if that was your metric by which you were choosing to vote upon, which a lot of people did, a lot of you guys, pretty much all you guys, chose wrong. If the metric that you're using to figure out who you're going to vote for with a lesser of two evils, it wasn't Biden. Trump was actually the lesser of two evils. And many of us are finding that out now, particularly due to this migrant crisis, with the way in which in these Democrat cities, to be even specific, Chicago, where diehard Black American vote blue no matter who's have found themselves pushed to the side as illegal immigrants have been prioritized ahead of them. So much so to the point to where in Chicago and the state of Illinois as a whole, but we're really just talking about Chicago when we're talking about the migrant crisis and how it's hitting over there, close to up to $1 billion has been spent. Close to up to $1 billion has been spent on illegal immigrants in Chicago, on Biden's migrants, as I like to say. But when it finally came for time for Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, to do something, right, for Chicago citizens and for the South Side and the West Side, all that good stuff, he only dedicated $1 million. He dedicated $1 million to be broken up in between four neighborhoods to do God knows what, a bunch of stuff that isn't going to change anything in those neighborhoods. Only $1 million compared to $1 billion, right? So this is leaving a sour taste in a lot of Black Americans' mouths. They're seeing the truth. Some of them are, to the Democratic Party and the way in which they have never cared for you, ever. They've pretended to care. They'll entertain your cries and your woes, as we discuss disparities and things of that nature, but they will never do anything for you, ever. And going back to lesser of two evils and Black Americans making the wrong choice concerning lesser of two evils, when that was the scale upon which we were using to vote, not me, but a lot of other people were using to vote, you've picked wrong. You picked Biden. when it was actually Trump, if that was a scale you were actually using. And one of the people who knew this ahead of time and even vocalized it was Charlamagne the God. And I want to play that clip very quickly. I know the majority of you that are in this live stream right now, you've seen it already, but I always have to factor in those who are new to the information. I always have to factor them in. So I want to play this for you all very quickly. It's not going to take too long. And then we're going to get into the meat of this discussion as it pertains to why you actually clicked on this video. So let's get into this clip very quickly.
So when they put all those police in our neighborhood and they hit us with those harsh sentences for whether it's the 94 crime bill, the 88 crack laws, they can justify that based off this is where all the trouble is at. This is where all the problems is at. You seen Joe Biden stand on the Senate floor and say that verbatim. He was like, I don't care about the conditions that cause these predators to become predators. We need to fix this now, because if we don't, they're going to end up killing our moms and our fathers and our brothers and our sisters.
Is Joe Biden good?
Nah, it's tough.
I got questions.
Man. I think he's a good guy with bad on him.
Man,
what?
He got some bad on him.
I say it all the time. Joe Biden has done worse things to black people than Donald Trump ever has.
For real?
Hell yeah, man. The 88 crack laws.
Like, educate me.
He did the
88 crack laws with Strom Thurmond. Strom Thurmond was a mother racial segregationist from South Carolina.
So you heard it there. Charlamagne the fraud, he told the truth, and then after telling the truth, he told you to go vote for Biden. And that's why now he's playing the game of, well, I'm just an independent, and I'm just going to be a skeptic, and I'm just going to report on what's going on. I'm not going to tell anybody who to vote for anymore. And he's pretending now to be critical of Biden, right? Now, we all understand this. I don't need to go down that rabbit hole as I have a million times already. And I think I am going to go back down that rabbit hole sometime next week because I came across some new Charlamagne the God information. But we'll put that to the side for now, because I want to stick to the topic concerning why you actually clicked on this video, right? When it comes to Biden and his anti-Black racism, and people want to sit and try to say Trump is more racist than Biden, that just simply isn't true. Trump doesn't hold a candle to Biden. Whatever you can tell me about Trump that you don't like, to the degree that you feel that he's racist and doesn't like Black people, I can give you 2 to 3 instances concerning Joe Biden that trumps whatever you can show me about Trump, no pun intended, right? And one of the areas where Biden trumps Trump is deportations. Deportations as it pertains to Haitians. Okay, this is where throughout the entirety of Biden's tenure in office, Biden has really showed his behind and has showed Black folks how much he doesn't like them, how much he doesn't care for them, by making it his own personal business to deport Haitians at mass whenever he has an opportunity to. Now, I don't know what it is. For some reason, when it comes to, you know, other so-called migrants of a lighter hue, he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do. But when it comes to Haitians, all of a sudden, they got to go. All of a sudden, Biden knows how to deport people. I'm just going to run this across the screen very quickly. You know, I'm not going to read this because, you know, I've read it to you all multiple times before. But, you know, you all see this here. Tragic milestone. 20,000th migrant deported to Haiti since Biden's inauguration. In his first year in office, Biden deported 20,000 Haitians. 20,000 Haitians. The deportations of Haitians were getting so out of control and so blatantly anti-Black from Biden, so blatantly anti-Black that even Chuck Schumer had to step in. Senator Chuck Schumer had to step in, and he had to tap Biden on the shoulder and say, Biden, you got to chill, man. You're making us look bad. You know, the Democrats were supposed to be the party of inclusion and, you know, or the Rainbow Party, and you're over here deporting Haitians like crazy. I do want to read a little bit of this. I do want to read a little bit of this, of what Chuck Schumer had to say and just what it states in this article concerning Biden and his disdain for Haitians, his disdain for Black migrants. I don't know what it is. You know, people tell me that Trump is way more racist than Biden, but historically speaking, even up to the current day, it's just not true. It's just not true. Biden has him beat by a long shot, if that's the measuring stick that we're using. Senate Majority Leader Charles Schumer on Tuesday urged the Biden administration to stop its deportations of Haitian immigrants along the U.S.-Mexico border, arguing that the decision to return them to Port-au-Prince defies common sense. Chuck Schumer said it defies common sense. I'm told there are 4 flights scheduled to deport these asylum seekers back to a country that cannot receive them. Such a decision defies common sense. It also defies common decency, Schumer said from the Senate floor. He was wagging his finger at Biden like, bro, what are you doing? You're making us look bad. You're making us look bad, and we can't win without the black vote. So you got to chill, bro. You got to chill. This article goes on to say the Biden administration this week began deporting Haitian immigrants who were camped out under the bridge in Texas near the Mexican border. The Associated Press reported that 3 flights arrived in the Haitian capital on Sunday, with half a dozen more flights expected this week. Immigration officials are using Title 42 to carry out the expulsions. It's hilarious and funny to me how Biden didn't know how to use Title 42 when it came to any other of his migrants. When it came to any other of his migrants, he didn't know how to use Title 42. But when it came to them Haitians, he said, hey, Mayorkas, pass me the Title 42. Pass me that Title 42. Alejandro, pass me the 42. That's what he told him. And Alejandro Mayorkas passed him the 42 and got them Haitians up out of here. Biden moved swiftly and quickly. The article continues to read, immigration officials are using Title 42 to carry out the expulsions. The provision in the federal health law allows the administration to expel immigrants without giving them a chance to apply for asylum. Biden said, I'm not giving you Haitian ninjas a chance. I'm not giving you not one opportunity to apply for asylum. You got to get up out of here. You got to go. Now, since then, that was back in 2021. As we all know, the migrant crisis has grown worse and worse with every year that has gone by, right? It has gotten significantly worse with every year that has gone by. And with now the current situation taking place in Haiti, and we all know what's going on right now, they're saying word on the street, Big Homie Barbecue has taken over the entire country of Haiti. Haiti's in turmoil. It's upside down. People are getting killed left and right. At least that's what they're saying in the news, right? People are getting killed all over the place. Haiti's been taken over by gangs, and it's just not a livable place. It's not a livable country at this moment in time. And because it's not a livable country at this moment in time, it is expected, it is anticipated that there will be somewhat of a mass exodus out of Haiti, with Haitians in their boats and makeshift boats and rafts coming straight to Florida. Ron DeSantis responded how I would expect him to respond, right? Ron DeSantis is responding exactly how I thought he would respond. He sent out the troops, National Guards, helicopters, everything to essentially secure the seas and prevent Haitians from arriving on shore. So there's no surprise there. I'm really not surprised at all at that. I don't think any of us are surprised at that, right? But foolish me, stupid me, even I can be really stupid sometimes. Depending on how you feel about my political point of view, you might think I'm stupid every time. But stupid me, when the mayor of Miami wrote a letter to Biden, right? She recently wrote a letter to him concerning what's happening in Haiti and the potential for this mass, migration to the Florida shores. She wrote a letter to Biden saying, hey, we need your help. We need some coordination going on here. We need some assistance. We need some intel concerning what's going on over there, how bad things are. Can you help us out, please? And I told you all in my video when I covered this, I said that Biden's not going to assist. He's not going to help DeSantis. He's not going to do that, especially in an election season. What Biden is looking for and what he wants is for chaos to take place at sea, in between the Florida National Guards and the men at sea, to essentially get into some very kind of ugly clash with Haitians. That way, Biden and the Democrats can use that as leverage to say, hey, look, black people, you see how racist Ron DeSantis is? You see how racist the Republicans are? So if you vote for Trump, you're going to see this happen, but 10 times what you just saw here. So that's what they would like to see happen. So Biden's definitely not going to send them any help, not going to give them any advice. That's what I thought. But lo and behold, I was wrong. He is assisting them. He's assisting them by way of DHS, right? And apparently DHS is finally going to do their job, not at the southern border, but at sea. When it comes to Haitians, you have to remember the Department of Homeland Security is ran by Alejandro Mayorkas. Alejandro Mayorkas' boss is Joe Biden. So everything that DHS does is a reflection of the boss, Joe Biden. Even if Biden didn't articulate it and give direct orders himself to get these Haitians up out of here, if they try to come to Florida, he doesn't have to. Because all of us who have had jobs in the past and present, your boss doesn't have to tell you what to do every day. They hire you, you go through training, you get understanding of what your boss wants from you as it pertains to your job, and you just do it. Your boss doesn't have to tell you what to do every day. You know what to do every day. And Alejandro Mayorkas and the DHS is doing exactly what they want their boss to do. And their boss, being Joe Biden, wants to make sure that these Haitians do not reach shore. So that's what we're going to get into right now concerning this article here titled DHS warns Haitian illegal immigrants arriving by boat face immediate deportation. Immediate. Get out of here. Just like you faced and received immediate deportation in 2021 by the hands of the DHS under Biden's administration. So we're going to get into this article here. But before we do, right? There are 503 of you in the live chat right now, in the live stream right now. Please hit the like button if you haven't already. Please hit that like button. That's extremely important. It helps this channel a lot. It helps the growth of this channel. So please do that for me if you haven't. And I just want to give my thank yous because it is extremely important that I do. Shout out to my man Rob coming through with the super chat. Rob said, Charlamagne says Biden harmed black people all the time, except the time Biden was on the Breakfast Club, right? He didn't say it to Biden's face, right? He sure didn't say that to Biden's face. When Charlamagne was sitting in front of T.I., on that podcast Expeditiously, I believe it was called, he was, telling the truth about Biden. But when Joe Biden was sitting in front of him and Joe Biden disrespected him by telling him, if you got to figure out whether or not you're going to vote for me or Biden, you ain't black. Charlamagne was quiet. He didn't have anything to say. He just took the disrespect on the chin, took two to the chin and called it a day, right? So you're 100% right with that one. And thank you, Rob, for holding it down in the super chats. Thank you very much, Jerry Early. Jerry Early said, thank you, TD. Big Island, Hawaii. I appreciate you, Jerry Early. Thank you, Lauren Fonseca. I know I probably sound stupid right now. Y'all know I can't read names. I don't know why I'm really bad with names, but I appreciate you, Lauren, for becoming a channel member. Thank you very much, Lauren. It's much appreciated. And thank you very much, K McLeod. I believe K McLeod. Once again, I can't read names. I don't know why that is. I don't know why, but I appreciate you, Kay. Thank you. Kay said, no Haitian asylum seekers allowed. Hypocrisy. Yeah, I don't know what it is with Biden and Haitians. I don't know what it is with Biden and black people, but vote blue no matter who, just carry on, because that's been working out for us quite a bit. That's been working out for us well. Not really, being facetious. But let's get into this article here now. I want to dive into this article here right now. And let's find out just how serious Joe Biden is by way of the DHS, right? because he is the boss of the DHS. He is the boss of Alejandro Mayorkas, who runs the DHS. So anything that comes out and through the DHS is a reflection of Joe Biden, right? So let's scroll down and see what they're talking about here. The Department of Homeland Security says that any illegal immigrants arriving by boat, including from Haiti, face immediate repatriation amid brewing concerns about a potential migrant wave coming from the conflict-plagued country. Find it very interesting that Joe Biden, the man who loves illegal immigrants so much, when it comes to Haitians, those that are coming from a country that clearly qualify, if there were any group of people coming from anywhere who qualify for asylum status, it would be them. It's very interesting that when it comes to them, Biden goes, nah, kick rocks. You guys, you're not allowed. You definitely can't come here, and you're definitely not allowed. Let's carry on with this article. Give me just a second. I'm sorry. So the article continues to read, the statement to Fox News Digital, in a statement to Fox News Digital, DHS said it is monitoring the situation in Haiti and coordinating closely with the State Department and international partners. The Caribbean nation has seen a significant escalation in violence as gangs have overrun the capital, burning police stations and attacking the main airport. Gangs also raided some of the largest prisons, releasing thousands of inmates. Once again, like I stated earlier, if there were any group of people who qualified for asylum, wouldn't it be them? Joe Biden doesn't think so. Now Biden. The increased violence raises the possibility of a new wave of migrants coming from the country, both on the southern land border, where migrants surged into Del Rio in 2021 in the thousands, and by boat. On Wednesday, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis announced he is sending soldiers and officers, as well as aircrafts and boats, to protect the state from vessels carrying illegal immigrants. Somebody sent me a very funny comment when I reported on this particular situation concerning Ron DeSantis yesterday, and it made me laugh. They said with all the soldiers headed out to sea right now to stop the Haitians, he said the Florida Keys is about to really turn into Pirates of the Caribbean in real life. I thought that was funny. I thought that was really funny. Turning into Pirates of the Caribbean. You know, that's pretty much what the Florida Keys are going to look like, you know, if the Haitians show up. Ron DeSantis would go on to say this. Let's read this quote. Given the circumstances in Haiti, I have directed the Division of Emergency Management to the Florida State Guard and state law enforcement agencies to deploy 250 additional officers and soldiers, over a dozen, I think I read that already, over a dozen air and sea crafts to the southern coast of Florida to protect our state, he said. Did I read that already? Anyways, I read it now. In its statement, here's the important part. What Ron DeSantis had to say, honestly, doesn't matter, because Ron DeSantis is going to do what Ron DeSantis does. You know, it's not a surprise, right? But here should be the shocker to all my vote blue no matter whoers out there, right? Vote blue no matter whoers, that no matter what type of information that I present to you, no matter how strong of an argument that I do make, it tends to go in one ear and out the other. Goes in one ear and out the other. Because you're that afraid of Donald Trump, because apparently he's more racist than Joe Biden, or he's racist and Joe Biden isn't. And that just simply isn't true. As I stated earlier, Biden's anti-blackness doesn't hold a candle to whatever you can say about Donald Trump. That's just a matter of fact. Joe Biden has literally a 40-year history of not liking you, a very well documented 40-year history. So anyways, let's get into the DHS statement, because this DHS statement right here is essentially Joe Biden's statement through the DHS. And I have to keep reiterating, Alejandro Mayorkas runs the Department of Homeland Security. Alejandro Mayorkas' boss is Joe Biden. He reports to Biden. Therefore, whatever comes out from the DHS is a reflection of what Biden wants. Okay. So, in essence, what Biden stated is this: all irregular migration journeys, especially maritime routes, are extremely dangerous, unforgiving, and often result in loss of life. DHS will continue to enforce U.S. laws and policy throughout the Florida Straits and the Caribbean region, a spokesman said. Really? DHS will continue to enforce U.S. laws? So now you want to enforce U.S. laws. So now the DHS wants to enforce immigration laws. Now Biden wants to enforce those laws once those migrants look like me. I'm just stating the obvious. But don't mind me. I'm just pushing misinformation. I'm just sitting over here pushing misinformation because you all know I'm a Russian bot powered by artificial intelligence and ChatGPT, created by Putin to push misinformation on YouTube to get Black Americans to vote for Trump. That's what I'm here for, and I'm doing my job. So let's carry on. DHS will continue to enforce U.S. laws and policy throughout the Florida Straits and Caribbean region, a spokesperson said. They're finally going to enforce immigration laws. I guess that's a good thing, right? The spokesperson also stressed that those caught at sea would be immediately deported. I'm going to read that again. I want to zoom in for that. Let's zoom in. I want to get all the way in here so you can see this. The DHS spokesperson also stressed, and it says stressed. The DHS spokesperson has stressed, Joe Biden stressed that those caught at sea would be immediately deported. Get out of here. Immediately deported. Now, why this isn't enforced at the border, at the actual border, is beyond me. And that's my question for you all in the live chat. And if you're watching the replay, and if you made it this far, why is immediate deportation enforced in the, what is it called? The Florida Keys, I guess you can say, right? Why is it enforced there? Why is it enforced by the DHS, not DeSantis? Forget about Ron DeSantis. Everything I'm talking about today has nothing to do with Ron DeSantis. Has nothing to do with the Republicans. This has everything to do with Joe Biden and the Department of Homeland Security, the people that he's over and that they're a reflection of. How is it that when it comes to this situation concerning Haitians, that's my question, that now it's not an issue immediately deporting them? They're doing it immediately. But when it comes to the southern border of Texas and Mexico, you can't deport anybody. Nobody gets deported. You get to come in right away. You get your little asylum status. You get your court date that you're never going to go to, right? Because you're just going to run off and disappear once you come in. Why is it not enforced there? That's my question to you all. I just find that very interesting. I don't mean to belabor that point and beat it to the ground so much, but I mean, if you can enforce immediate deportations at sea, and we're talking about the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, because that's what they're saying, not Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis didn't say that. DHS said that, meaning Joe Biden said that. If they can enforce immediate deportation at sea, how come you can't enforce immediate deportation at the border? Just a question. I'm just asking questions. I don't have the answers. I mean, there's stuff that I think, but I'll keep it to myself for right now, just to not make this live stream any longer than it needs to be. Right? There are 650 of you in the live stream right now. If you haven't already, please hit the like button. That is extremely important. Extremely important. The DHS spokesperson continues to say this, which means Biden continued to say this. U.S. policy is to return non-citizens who do not have a fear of persecution or torture or a legal basis to enter the United States. My. Once again, they're enforcing law now. Now they're enforcing like actual asylum seeking laws. U.S. policy is to return non-citizens who do not have a fear of persecution or torture or a legal basis to enter the United States. So Joe Biden is telling you, follow me now, to all my black vote blue no matter whoers that swear up and down that Trump is the racist, but Biden isn't. Biden loves black people. Why is it that when you're looking at Haiti, as upside down as it is, Haiti is completely upside down and on fire. And through this DHS statement, Biden is trying to now all of a sudden enforce law, insinuating that they don't have a genuine fear of persecution or torture if they return. That's crazy, given what we actually know to be true happening in Haiti. I mean, at this point in time, barbecue is an international superstar. When I say barbecue, everybody knows who I'm talking about now. From here on out, moving forward, at least for maybe the next week or so, depending on how things go in Haiti, when you hear barbecue, you're not going to think about food anymore. You're going to think about the guy in Haiti that's running things right now. And this is a question that I have for you all. We see the situation going on over there. Granted, how bad it is. How is it that Biden, by way of the DHS, can fix their mouths to now all of a sudden say this? And how come they only act like this with folks that look like me? I'm just asking questions to all my vote blue no matter who is out there. I'm just asking questions. That's all. I don't know. Those entered what? I genuinely can't read that word. I wish Rob was on the stream with me right now to help me. Those at sea are subject to immediate repatriation pursuant to our longstanding policy and procedure. The United States returns are repatriates migrants. I'm destroying this whole segment right now. The United States returns the migrants they've deported at sea to the Bahamas, Cuba, the Dominican Republic, and Haiti. The United States returns or repatriates migrants. Interdictated. What? I don't know why I'm breaking down right now. My software needs to be updated because once again, I am a Russian bot powered by artificial intelligence and chat GPT. So my software needs to be updated. But I think you all get the point with that statement that I'm struggling to read right now for some reason. Biden deporting Haitians. Plain and simple. Okay. Let's move on from there because I need a software update clearly. According to the U.S. Coast Guard, 65 migrants were repatriated on Tuesday after the agency stopped a boat near the Bahamas. So far, the Coast Guard has repatriated 131 migrants this fiscal year. The administration has said it is implementing consequences for illegal entries while expanding what it says are lawful migrant pathways. Give me just a second, everybody. There we go. Okay, I'm back now. Let's take it from the top. The administration has said it is implementing consequences for illegal entry while expanding what it says are lawful migrant pathways. Haitians are also eligible for a controversial parole program that allows up to 30,000 nationals from Haiti, as well as Cuba, Venezuela, and Nicaragua to fly into the U.S. each month. That controversial program, if I remember correctly, is the CPB-1 app. It's a CPB-1 app. It's an app that you can download to your phone and basically apply for asylum on the phone. And then they'll fly you into the U.S. To any city that you want to go to. And if I remember correctly, they don't release the information. They don't actually release the information concerning where these flights are actually going. So we don't know where these flights are going when they come in, but that's what they're talking about. On Tuesday, Rebecca Zimmerman I feel like they're trying to be funny right now. Rebecca Zimmerman? Really? Zoom in a little bit. That's what we're doing here? Biden's trying to be funny. On Tuesday, Rebecca Zimmerman, Assistant Secretary of Defense for Homeland Defense and Hemispheric Affairs, told lawmakers that the Pentagon is alert to the possibility of a mass migration event, but it has also not yet seen large numbers. So even the Pentagon is involved. They've even alerted the Pentagon. Biden, through DHS, has even alerted the Pentagon. Biden's getting everybody involved to make sure that these migrants don't touch, to make sure that the Haitian migrants don't touch shore. That's wild. I don't see this kind of effort by Biden to close off the southern border. I don't see that. I don't see that. But when it comes to what's happening at sea right now, he's getting everybody involved. It's almost like all-out war. That's what it seems like. I think you're right that the driving conditions in Haiti could very well press more people, she told Representative Matt Gaetz. We recently approved some additional assistance we could provide to the Coast Guard. This article ends with Joe Biden, by way of DHS, stating that they have additional assistance that they're going to provide to the Coast Guard. Remember, I started out the stream talking about how in my last video, when I discussed this whole situation with DeSantis and, and whatnot, and sending the troops at sea, I said that Biden wasn't going to help them. Wasn't going to happen. But now we see that they're actually going to provide some assistance to the Coast Guard. Biden is. Here's my question in closing. Here's my question for all my vote blue, no matter who is out there, that are really stubborn and just don't want to hear what I have to say when I tell the truth about the Democrats and its relation to Black America. I want to give you this one last question in closing. We've all seen the way in which Biden has reacted to Greg Abbott. No matter what Greg Abbott does, and in my opinion, Greg Abbott is well within his right to secure the border, to secure Texas, and to make sure that illegal immigrants do not cross. He's well within his rights to do so. And to be honest, if we're being honest, Ron DeSantis in Florida is well within their right to do that as well. If we're going to be honest and if we're going to be fair, right? But my question is, why is it that when it came to Greg Abbott, Biden went out of his way and continues to go out of his way to frustrate every effort Greg Abbott has made to secure the Texas border? But when it comes to Ron DeSantis in Florida, protecting the coast of Florida, essentially his border, All of a sudden, Biden, he's not filing any lawsuits like how he was doing with Greg Abbott. There's no emergency lawsuits. He's not running to the Supreme Courts. He's not doing none of that. He's not doing any of that at all whatsoever. Ron DeSantis said, by hook or by crook, we are going to defend our coast and protect our coast and make sure no illegal immigrants cross over, right? And Biden didn't bat an eye. But when Greg Abbott does what's reasonable and what should be well within his right to secure his border in Texas, Biden has a problem with that. Why is that? What do you think the difference is? I don't know what the difference is. I'm struggling to figure that out because I actually do need a system update. I need a system update because as you can see, I've been glitching throughout the last portion of this stream. I've been glitching quite a bit. I've been glitching, but I like I said, that's what I want to leave you guys with in closing. Why is that? And I'm looking forward to your answers in the live chat as well as in the comment section below. Why is it that Biden was so quick and continues to be quick to frustrate every effort Greg Abbott has tried to secure his border, which he is well within his right to do, in my opinion? He has made every attempt to frustrate that. But now when it comes to Ron DeSantis doing what he has to do to secure his borders, Biden's quiet. And not only is he quiet through the DHS, he literally just told you that they're going to deport those Haitians immediately. Something that they do not do at the southern border between Texas and Mexico. I'll leave you all with that. All my Black Vote Blue, no matter who is out there that swear up and down that Trump is this extreme racist and he's so horrible compared to Biden. The reality is, and the truth is, historically speaking, it's the other way around. Biden is the one who has historically been anti-Black throughout the entirety of his political career. And it is very well documented, past and present, as you can clearly see. So that's what I'll leave you with today. As we close, there are 818 of you in the stream right now. Please hit that like button. It is extremely important. And I want to make sure to give my thank yous to those who supported the show today, because I do not exist without you guys' support. And I truly thank you all for the support that you guys show me. A shout out to Ray Braggs. I appreciate you, Ray Braggs. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Miss Ruby 11. Miss Ruby 11 said, is it Biden who's sending in the Kenyan army in Haiti? The Haitians sent the message for the Kenyan. The Haitians sent the message for the Kenyans. If they come in, they will not be going back to Kenya. I don't know the relationship between the current relationship between the American government and Haiti as it pertains to the Prime Minister of Haiti seeking out Kenyans to come to Haiti to put down the uprising in Haiti. I just don't have any actual facts concerning the relationship between the U.S. government and Haiti concerning that situation. So I couldn't answer that honestly, unfortunately. But I do appreciate your contribution to the show. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Yalia, I believe it says, with the super sticker. Thank you very much. Yalia, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Dub 3000 says, thanks, TD, for your diligence on keeping us informed. I appreciate you. I appreciate the support, and I will definitely continue to keep you all informed. Timothy Timothy, thank you very much, Timothy. Timothy said, Biden built his political career oppressing elk people. his mentors, white supremacists. Why should he lift his boot off our necks now? He can't help himself. Biden can't help himself. He can't. He very publicly and openly stated on numerous occasions that Klansman Robert Byrd was his mentor. And when he eulogized Robert Byrd, former Klansman, he referred to Robert Byrd as his leader. At the eulogy, he said Robert Byrd was his leader. So Biden's only doing what he's been trained to do. It's just the fact of the matter. He's literally only doing what he's been trained to do. Danielle, thank you. And you know why I'm laughing. I got you. I do. I really do. I'm not BSing you this time. I'm really not BSing you this time. I'm really not. I got you. Because now you're not the only one asking me. And I should have been quicker to the draw with the email and everything like that. But I got you. Okay. I really do. Patrick Tyler says, this angers me, this anti-Black racism. If we had solidarity across Black people instead of this tribal BS and withheld our votes, you'd see an about face. I agree with you. But the one thing that I'll say is this, and it's the same thing that I said in the last stream as it pertains to holding votes and whatnot. On MSNBC, as we discussed in the last live stream, the Democrat Party gentleman, I believe his name is what was his name? Jason Johnson or something like that, whatever his name was. I believe he was some sort of a professor. He openly stated that it was time to move on from Black men that are saying that they're going to stay home and not vote, or move on from Black men that are going to vote for Trump. It's time to move on from us Black men, and focus. It's time for the Democrats to focus on recruiting Latino men and Asian men. That was what they said. And I'm sure you were in that stream. So, you remember that. That was what he said. Right. So my point is this, as it pertains to sitting out the election, right? In an attempt to, you could say kind of hold Biden accountable, because the reality is this: people always talk about holding an elected official accountable. As I stated in the last stream, and I'm going to keep restating this over and over again, you can't hold anybody accountable once they got in office. If you want to hold somebody accountable, if that's the goal, you hold them accountable by making sure they don't get into office. That's how you hold them accountable. So when they've already vocalized to you publicly on national television in front of millions, MSNBC doesn't get millions of views. I'm sorry, but in front of like couple thousand, 100,000, right? When they've already vocalized to you that how they're going to circumvent you staying home and not participating is by recruiting more Latino and Asian men to make up the difference. That means what you need to do, and this is just a suggestion. I'm not telling you what you got to do, Patrick. You're a grown man, you do what you want. But the reality is you need to make sure that Biden loses. And you make sure he loses by going into the voter booth and you vote for Trump, right? And I already explained why that's not a protest vote. I broke all that down yesterday or in the last stream, because a lot of people think that, oh, you're protest voting. No, it's not a protest vote, but I'm not about to go through all that right now because we're already 48 minutes in. But that's just my take on it. That's how I personally feel. That's how I personally feel. And that is not a protest vote. It is a strategic vote, especially when, once again, you understand the degree to which illegal immigration hurts the Black community. And then you also have the historical context behind how immigration has always been a net negative to the Black community. And then you sit on the fact that there's literally only one person that said he is going to cut off the spigot, you can say, cut off the faucet of this mass illegal immigration coming in here. Only one person that says he's going to do that. And when you understand how negatively illegal immigration impacts us, and there's only one guy that says he's going to put an end to it, pretty easy decision to make, especially when you're talking about somebody in Joe Biden who has historically been anti-Black his entire 40 years in politics. And especially when you're taking into account an entire political party in the Democrat Party who has taken advantage of your vote for the past 60 plus years and has done literally nothing for you. So much so to the point to by 2053, what is it? The median wealth of the average black family is going to be 0. Okay. And all the disparities that plague us have continued to expand. Things have not gotten better under the vote blue, no matter who experiment. Once again, when you factor all these things, that's not a protest vote. That's just logical thinking. That's just logical thinking, right? And I said I wasn't going to explain all that, but I just did. So there you go, Patrick. There you go. And I appreciate your support. Thank you, brother. 50 minutes. I swore up and down before this stream started I was going to be out of here in 30 minutes. I swore up and down in my head. I'm like, 30 minutes and we out. And here we are again, 50 minutes in. Thank you very much, Ivan. I appreciate you, Ivan J. Thank you very much for the support. Thank you very much, Dub 3000. Once again, glitch. Y'all know I need that system update, man. That's why I was glitching this stream. I was messing up quite a bit. Danielle came through again. Hope you know I'm just giving you a hard time. No, I know you are. I know you are. If you were really upset, you wouldn't super chat me, you know, and you wouldn't be watching the stream right now. So I know you just give me a hard time. And thank you very much, Simo 27, or Smo 27. I think it's Simo. He said TD needed on these YouTube streets. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I hope I'm needed on these YouTube streets. I hope I am. You know, it is nice to get little compliments every now and then. You know, I'm human. You know, and I do like a good compliment sometimes. So I appreciate you appreciating the work that I put in on this channel, and the information that I put forth, and the opinions that I put forth. You know, I appreciate that. Simo. The name is Simo. Got you. I got you, Simo. So I want to thank you all for joining me today. I'm gonna head on out of here. Shout out to Frederick Douglass. Frederick Douglass just came through before I left. Shout out to Frederick Douglass, aka come on, man. 80 said we should never withhold our vote. We should vote for the other party still registered as a Democrat. We should vote for the other party still registered as a Democrat. That would send a clear sign to the Democrat Party. No vote means no message to the DNC. You raised a good point. That's a really good point. As it pertains to, once again, holding Democrats accountable, as a lot of people like to say, we got to hold them accountable. I mean, me personally, I don't have any faith in Democrats at all whatsoever. But as it pertains to the idea of holding them accountable, yes, Frederick Douglass, you are 100% correct. If you want to send a message, you don't stay home. If you're a registered Democrat, you make sure that Biden doesn't get in by voting for Trump. So if your goal is to send that message, right, they're going to see that you have all these registered Democrats that voted for Trump. And that is a clear message to the Democrats. Once again, if the goal is to hold them accountable. So, you're correct. You're correct with that. And with all that, we're about an hour in and I'm still talking. I got to get out of here right now. I see some Trump 2024 is coming in here. Trump 2024 spamming the chat. I don't know if you all knew this, but last live stream, Trump was actually, he was actually in a live chat, the last stream. So shout out to him if he's watching right now, if he's ghost watching. Anyways, I got to get out of here, guys. I've been on here too long. It's been 53 minutes. I got to go. Thank you all for joining me today. Hit the like button on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. Share this video on your social media platforms. And I got to go. But I appreciate you guys, and I will catch you guys next week. Have a great one. Safe evening. Peace.